YouTube, Dr. Evette here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is not as exciting as I would like for it to be, but I thought I would just capture myself cleaning up the back deck and a different portion of the backyard or the back garden. It's not quite a garden yet until I get my water feature and other things planted up this spring. But I like to capture it because I am a new gardener, so I have no idea what I am really doing. I am actually throwing out the perennials. No, I'm throwing out the annuals, and I am cutting back the perennials. And some of the perennials I am discarding just because I didn't like the type of flower / bush that they became. So I am getting rid of those, and I am lining up all of my pots so I can try to organize in my mind what I want to plant in them this spring. So if this is something that you're interested in, or you're a beginning gardener like me, please continue to watch and follow along on my journey as I learn how to garden. Thanks for watching. Several times throughout the video, my husband will walk by and get in the way of the camera, but trust me, nothing important is going on when he does that. In fact, I am making a decision of how I'm going to get some of these branches inside this small bag that I brought out to discard my things in. We actually burn most of these old dried plants and leaves. Because we are in the country, we're able to do that. As long as you get a burn permit, you're able to burn things, especially if you have a house and things like that that are close by. But I'm just taking away the things that don't have any life anymore and discarding it into a bag until I can get it to our burn barrel. I am removing my mom. It was one of the most beautiful things that I planted up this fall. It was full, it was big, it was yellow. And so I am going to remove it because it is gone. And I am saving the dirt so that I can plant something beautiful in this pot this spring. Hopefully some tulips. Here I am tipping the pot over to show you that after I got all of that dead part up, there was still life under the bottom. I guess if I had trimmed it back properly, I kind of stopped halfway through fall trimming it back to produce more. But I think if I had kept it up, it might still would have been living. But I just tipped the pot over to show you that there was some green underneath all of that brown. Okay, I asked my husband to help me with this one. This was a beautiful gray iridescent pot that I had planted some dianthus in. And I love this pot, but I did not love the dianthus. It kind of looks like a bush that produces these cute little white and burgundy flowers. And I love the flower, but I didn't like how the bush looked. And so although I did really great with them, I had several of them around the garden, I will not plant these again. So that's why, and in fact, it is still living. So if you look very closely, the leaves were green, but I am going to pull this out. I love the pot, but I didn't like the flower that I planted in it. So this spring, I think I may plant some Kalancholy in it that are white, or maybe some pentas, so that it complements this gray iridescent pot. While Mert was raking leaves, I am cleaning up my pansies. They are doing very well. This is the dark purple, light purple, and white and purple mix. And so I am just deadheading some of the flowers so that it can try to continue to produce a little bit more. We are supposed to get an Arctic blast and perhaps snow on Tuesday. You should be watching this video on Sunday, but I wanted to clean it up and hopefully putting it in my back screen porch that the pansies survive this really cold Arctic blast that we're supposed to get on Tuesday. Now I'm sweeping up a little bit so that the deck is nice and tidy. If you remember from this fall and this summer, I had a cactus that was very pretty and green with pink flowers on it. Well, I didn't get to it as fast as I should have, and the cactus was a perennial, but look how it is destroyed. So I decided to pull it up and remind to self next year to bring it in as it gets colder. And then the other plant was a Kalancholy and something that I planted up from a bulb. I'm not real sure what they were, but I am getting rid of all of that. And so next spring and summer, I'm going to have a different variety of plants in these pots, but I do know what I liked and what I didn't like. And this spring, I'm going to be very careful to buy the correct perennials and the correct annuals so that as the summer goes by, I know what I'm dealing with and I know what turns out beautiful for me as a beginning gardener. And here I'm just turning the dirt because I've learned from a seasoned gardener to recycle as much soil as you can. So all of those leaves that Mert was raking up, we are burning. And it also gives us a time to take a little break and talk about our next steps. And we were really talking about there's a creek to the right of Mert that we are going to burn and get cleaned out because we have some rock that we're going to place inside of that. I will record that project because we want to create a stream so that we hear water running or others can hear water running. So I've moved on to my last task, which was to clean up the leaves on these spinners. They kind of look like a grass, but they're more beautiful. They have a flower that kind of grows on a stem at the top. I am trimming this back because it was a perennial, and I'm hoping that they are still alive and that in the spring that they will start to produce the petals like they should. I'm not real sure because I'm new to this, but wish me luck.